Hey everybody, Benda42 here. I got another awesome YouTube video for you today. We are going over the top 10 things I wish I knew before I started streaming. So let's get right into it here. The number 10 thing that I wish I knew before I started streaming is that it is not simply just playing a video game for money. I think that's the way I went into this business, thinking I could just do my regular thing and I could play Halo or whatever game I was playing, and somehow viewers are just going to pile in and toss money at me. That's not the way it works, and if you've been in this game for a little bit, you understand that's not the way it works. So definitely my mindset has changed from the very first time I started. I thought people were going to come in and throw money at me. There's a lot more to it than that, and there's a lot more hard work that goes into it than simply playing a video game for money. Going into our number 9 thing that I wish I knew before I started streaming is how to use Discord and Twitter. Nobody knew less about social media than I did when I went into streaming. I knew about Twitter. I didn't have a Twitter account. I knew nothing about Discord. Discord for me is one of the most important streamer tools you can use. If you don't know about Discord, you got to research it and learn how to use it. And I really wish when I first started streaming, I knew about Discord and I used it. If you are thinking about getting into streaming, I definitely recommend you research Discord, you learn how to use it. Same thing with Twitter. Twitter's a great tool to use, so is Discord. So make sure you guys are familiar with the social media tools at your disposal. I knew nothing about either of them. And going right into my number 8 thing that I wish I knew before I started streaming is don't rush things. This one is very important, and I've been over this in other videos. But if you're going for your affiliate or your partner, please do not rush. You will get your affiliate when you are ready, and you will get your partner when you are ready. I know I made a huge mistake coming right out of the gates. I was very eager and tenacious and ready to go, and I sprinted right away to my affiliate, got that, sprinted right away to my partner and got that. That's great, but it's gonna burn you out. And I always use this quote in my streams as well. You gotta understand, streaming is a marathon, not a sprint. I've seen a lot of streamers that are very passionate. They sprint right out of the gate really fast. They go hard for affiliate, they go hard for partner, and they get burnt out. I've seen a lot of good streamers quit that way, and I don't want to see them anymore. Keep your passion for it. Don't try to sprint right out of the gate. You will achieve your goals before you know it, but you got to be patient and you got to keep that passion. You can't focus all your energy on getting that partnership and be really discouraged every time you get denied, because believe me, I've been there. I've made that mistake. You got to take it easy, take your time with it, do things right, and the rest will come easily for you. Going right into our number 7 thing that I wish I knew before I started streaming. I wish I knew about lighting and video editing and photography. That's some great prior knowledge to have. I still don't know shit about these things. I learned a little bit about lighting, a little bit about camera angles, but I am still completely clueless. And I really wish at the beginning of my streaming career I knew about this stuff, because my first year streaming I had completely crap video quality, completely crap lighting, and I kind of still do. I kind of still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm sure there's some YouTube videos that you could learn. So if you're just starting out and you want to learn more, look up those YouTube videos, Google a little bit, do some research. I knew absolutely nothing about that stuff, and you're going to find out later that you really do need to know about that stuff, so you better get it done. My number 6 thing that I wish I knew before I started streaming is that it's not easy. This kind of ties in with our number 10 tip. When I first started streaming, I thought it was going to be easy for some reason. Don't ask me why. The reason I thought it was going to be easy was because I watched PewDiePie and I thought what he did was cool, and I thought I could do the same thing. And I thought it was going to be easy because he makes it look easy. It's not. That's a big misnomer right there. It is not easy at all. It's actually very difficult. So if you're looking at the famous streamers that are already on top, they do make it look easy, but you don't look at all the work they do leading up to that. You know, they're already there, they're having a good time, that's great. It's not just that. There's a lot more work that goes into it, and it's very difficult to succeed. So if you think you could just copy what PewDiePie is doing, or you're going to copy what Shroud is doing, and then you're going to get the same success, doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Not for most people, it doesn't work that way. So it's very difficult. Don't ever think this is going to be easy. But nothing worth having ever is easy. Going into our number 5 thing that I wish I knew before I started streaming is streamer toxicity. This kind of bamboozled me. If you guys have been in this game for a while, you're going to know. But you're going to make a lot of friends in your streaming journey, in your streaming career. But there's also a lot of people. The streamer culture is very toxic. I think people in general are very toxic, but when they bring it online, that ugliness really comes out. So, for example, if you find a little bit of a success, which is what I did, if you find a little success, you're going to get a lot of people hating on you, and you got to kind of rise above that. I did not really expect that at all. I didn't know that's the way it's like. Unfortunately, all we can do is rise above it and try to exude positivity and teach people the right way to act. But unfortunately, I think that's just a thing on Twitch and Mixer and YouTube and Facebook. Any streaming platform you're on, you're going to have your haters. You're going to have your toxic people that are going to try to bring you down. Don't stoop to their level, and don't be shocked the first time it happens. Because it happened to me, and the first time I was kind of taken aback. I was like, whoa, this person's trying to drag me through the mud for no reason. I don't even know who they are. That's going to happen to you. If you get a little bit of success, if you get a drop of it, it's going to happen. Unfortunately, that's the way human beings are. You got to rise above it, stay positive, and be a good role model, because I think people get into that streamer culture mindset, and that's just the way that people act. It's not cool, but just be expecting it. If you become successful, you're going to have your little group of haters that aren't going to like you. That's okay. Rise above it. My number 4 thing that I wish I knew before I started streaming is it is work. This kind of ties in with the other ones. It is work, okay? So again, you're not going to be playing video games and having a good time, really. This is a job. If you want to make money at it, it is a job. You can make your connections and your friendships. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to monetize and make this a living for yourself, which, by the way, I've said in other videos, there's nothing wrong with doing that. I think a lot of people think that that's a bad thing. It's a bad thing to want to do what you love and make money at it. If that's a bad thing, I guess I'm a bad person. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Where we go wrong is where people only focus on making money and take everything else out of it. If you're only focused on making money here, you're not going to have a good time. You're going to end up quitting. Okay, you got to enjoy the process, enjoy making friends. And then, of course, if you are making money while doing all that good shit, that's an added bonus, isn't it? There's nothing evil about that, and I think that's a perception people painted online. You could do this for money. That's great, but don't forget, don't do it just for money. But keep in mind, it is work. It is a job. It's not just playing video games for money, and you have to treat it like a job. So sometimes you're going to have to do stuff that you don't want to do. Not all of it could be fun for you. You got to understand that. There's a lot of things that go on underneath the stream or behind the scenes that you may not want to do, but you have to. And that's going to lead us right into our number 3, which is kind of correlating with the last one, is that most of the work, at least for me, most of the work for your stream goes on behind the scenes. So you got to understand the stream is almost the fun part for me, right? The streaming is what we want to do. But having the audience there, chatting with the audience and playing your favorite game with your friends, that's the fun part of it. But what goes into the stream behind the scenes is what people don't understand, and that's what I didn't understand when I first started streaming. I watched PewDiePie. I said, this guy looks like he's having fun getting paid for it. I want to do that too. Okay. I didn't never realize all the work that goes into that, all the marketing material you have to create, and all the connections and networking you should be doing, and all the other stuff. Just there's a lot of behind the scenes administration work, you name it. And maybe stuff you don't really want to do, but you have to, right? Especially the admin work is a lot of hard work. It's behind the scenes. No one really respects that, I don't think. So it's not just, if you want to start a streaming career, it's not just about hitting the go live button and now you're playing your favorite game. There's a lot of stuff and work that should go into that before you hit that live button. And you got to realize that. Going right into our number 2 tip of what I wish I knew is that internet friends are your actual real friends. And I went into this streaming career not knowing anything. I didn't know that you would even make a friend streaming. I thought fans came in and threw money at you. That is really what I thought. I didn't know any better. I had no idea. But especially in the beginning of your streaming career, you're going to make a lot of friends that are going to be with you for life, connections for life. So any bullshit anybody gives you and they say that internet friends are not real friends, that is complete bullshit. I don't have many friends in real life. Most of my friends are online, and for somebody to call those internet friends not real friends, they could fuck right off. It's true. You're going to make real connections, real friendships, and it's pretty awesome. And I didn't know that going in, but now I do, and I'm glad I do know now. My number 1 tip, and this is an important one, guys. I fell into this trap myself. The only one that's stopping yourself from your goal is you. And this ties back to another one we mentioned, is the streamer toxicity. Do not fall into that streamer toxic mindset. And this is what I did maybe in the beginning. So I hate to talk all about me, but I know maybe if I tell you a story, you guys could relate to it. So when I started streaming, my first months, I was one of those guys that were pointing the finger kind of behind the scenes. In my mind, I was thinking to myself, well, I went to that person's stream and I hung out with them. Why aren't they coming back to my stream? Why am I not getting more viewers? Why is this person getting more viewers than me? Well, I donated to this channel. Why isn't this person donating to me? I see a lot of streamers nowadays falling into the trap that I fell into. And I would always keep my mouth shut. I had respect for people, but at the same time, I was thinking to myself, I'm in toxic mode. I'm thinking, why aren't people coming to my channel? You need to change that mindset. And I like to rephrase it. What am I doing that's making people not come to my channel? If you think that way and try to improve yourself constantly, you're going to have a much better time here. If you're constantly pointing the finger and blaming others and having that jealousy, animosity, toxicity, whatever you want to call it, it's going to drive you freaking insane. In my first months of streaming, that was happening to me. I started not having a fun time with it. I started really dreading hitting the go live button because I'd always be focused on how many viewers I had and why this person isn't showing up today and who's talking shit this day, who's talking shit that day. You can't be doing that. And if you're doing that over the long term, you're really going to drive yourself crazy. I've seen a lot of good people quit because they fall into the toxic mindset. The most important thing, and I hope the one thing you take away from this video is if you're thinking like that, if you're holding grudges against people, you have to let that shit go. And you have to think to yourself, what am I doing for my stream that are not making people show up? Or what am I doing for my stream that will make people show up? It's all on you. You are in control of your own content, and it's your responsibility to bring in new viewers and new supporters. And you can't point the finger at somebody else or hold a grudge against somebody else. It's really going to drive you crazy. And I see a lot of people doing that. So if that's you, stop it. You're going to drive yourself crazy. That does it for the 10 things I wish I knew before I started streaming. Hey, guys, if you liked the video, please leave a comment and like the video. Please give a subscription to our YouTube channel. They're free. You don't even have to worry about it. We're really trying to grow our YouTube in 2020, guys. I really appreciate you watching the video. I hope it helped. I hope it gave you something to think about. And we will see you tomorrow in the next video. Have a good one.